Hey there folks, John here with Through My Lens, and today I'm coming to you with an unboxing video. Today we're going to be looking at the Romeo3XL from SIG Sauer. Now, as fans of Through My Lens know, I am a competitive shooter and a big fan of both SIG Sauer firearms and SIG Sauer optics. I've been using SIG Sauer optics on my pistols and long guns for several years now, at least the ones that I use in competition, and I've been extremely happy. Started off with the first generation 3 MOA Romeo 1 pistol optics, then went to, they improved those and came out with the 6 MOA Romeo 1 pistol optics. Then I went to the Romeo 3 for my long guns, and I've been using the Romeo 3s very successfully. First ran across the Romeo 3 XL at the NRA annual meeting in Indianapolis in 2019. Got a chance to play with them a little bit there at the show and was really impressed. It was clearly a lot larger, as the name suggests, than the previous Romeo 3, and I was very excited to give it a try. They've been hard to come by. They've been coming out since about the first of the year, in kind of dribs and drabs. A few people have been picking them up here and there, but SIG did send me this one for evaluation, and I'm very pleased and thankful for that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop open the box and see what you get inside. Okay, so got a manual. Looks like the manual covers both the Romeo 3 Max and the Romeo 3 XL, which doesn't surprise me because they are pretty similar models. Maybe at some point I'll get a chance to try the Romeo 3 Max. But in my, I may have this wrong, but I kind of thought that the Romeo 3 Max was designed to be more of a pistol optic, whereas the Romeo 3 XL was more rifle optic. Now, I think people have been using both for pistols and rifles. I mean, heck, you can use an optic for whatever purpose that you want. Just find a way to mount it to whatever you want to shoot with it, and you're good to go. But in my mind, at least, the Romeo 3 Max was primarily designed in conjunction with Max Michel to be a pistol optic, whereas the XL here was meant to be a rifle optic. So in the box we've got some Allen wrenches here. We've got some screws. Obviously, those I'm sure go with the mount. We do have a mount. Looks like a low mount here. I'm guessing for a pick rail. See if I can pull that out. Yep. Here's where the optic would mount to. There's your screw holes, and it looks like it would mount onto a pick rail there. So there is that. Looks like you get a rubber cover with it, very similar to what came with the other Romeo 3, the original. Pretty nice. That's handy. Like that a lot. Here are the screws for mounting it, and it looks like they do give you a battery in the package. So that's nice. We'll go ahead and leave that there. I'll go ahead and pull out the optic itself, if I can extract it from the box. There we go, and I'm king of all England. There we go. Boy, this is, when you first pick it up, having handled a number of Romeo optics, this one seems to be quite robust. The build construction just seems to be more robust than the previous Romeo 3s. And boy, would you look at that window. That is huge. That is a huge window. Very clear as well. I'm not seeing any optical distortion. I'm not seeing any strange colors. Just really clear, really nice window. That is fantastic. The rest of the optic very much seems similar to other Romeo 3 models that I have used, that I own. You have your brightness controls here on the left side, up and down. Those are nice big buttons, very nice for competition. Hopefully that paint is a little bit more robust than what we've seen on some of the original Romeos where the paint would rub off fairly easily. I'm fairly optimistic about that because I've been using the Romeo 1 Pro, which was the newest iteration of the Romeo 1 pistol optic, and the finish and the paint on that is much improved over some of the first generation models. So I'm optimistic about the finish on these. On this side, on the right hand side, we have the battery drawer. On the original Romeo 3, it just kind of snapped in. You'd actually have to use a screwdriver or something to pop it out. Looks like it now fastens in with screws, so that will be a bit more secure, and hopefully you're less likely to damage the optic or the container, that little drawer that slides in, if you can just unscrew it. So that's nice. But again, one of the things I've loved about these optics is that the battery is side accessible. You don't have to remove the optic, so that's great. Looks like the windage and the elevation controls are very similar to what came before it as well. One of the things I really appreciate right off the bat is that this is a black optic. Those that are familiar with the previous generation Romeo 3 know that it was kind of a light gray color and really stuck out. I mean, you put it on a black rifle and it sticks out like a sore thumb, and that was probably intentional on SIG's part when they were kind of new to this market and they wanted to be recognized. But as the consumer, as the owner, I would have much preferred black, so I'm very happy that this optic is now black. Seems to be well branded with the SIG logo on either side, so I don't think you're going to get it confused with another kind of an optic. So looks really, really nice. One thing I'm not seeing in the package is a high mount, is a riser, which the Romeo 3 came with, which really surprises me because the Romeo 3XL is I believe, at least a couple of $100 more than the previous version of the Romeo. And again, I want to get this out on the range and do a real review that'll be coming up here in the next couple weeks, so I can compare things like the optical quality, the brightness, and things like that of the dot. But it's kind of a bummer that you're paying a couple $100 more and you don't get the same mounting options in the box that you did with the original Romeo. So loses some value points there off the top of the bat. But overall, the optic itself is really nice. I'm already pretty impressed with it, and I'm pretty excited to get it mounted to my rifle. Indications are from SIG that if you are upgrading from the previous Romeo 3, indications are that you cannot simply mount it to the old riser that came with the other Romeo 3, that they're not compatible, so that's kind of a bummer as well. So I'll have to look at another riser solution for using it on my MPXs, which is the intended platform for this, and that's how I'll be testing it, I believe, is with my my competition MPX. But there it is, there you have it. That's my unboxing of the SIG Romeo 3XL optic. Hope you've enjoyed that. Keep an eye out here. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Again, the full review, the full testing that I do on this optic will be coming here in the next couple of weeks once I've had some more time to spend with the optic. Take care, God bless. We'll see you in the next one. I hope you've enjoyed this production from the Through My Lens YouTube channel. If you did, please click on the like button and do share the video on social media. If you'd like to see more content like it, please do subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and do check out Through My Lens at www.throughmylens.org.